Well, it's a day late, but it's finally here. Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. Disclaimer, everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. Okay, James Patterson and Vicky Ward's book. It was supposed to be here yesterday on the 14th. I did a pre-order where there was actually a discount to get the hardcover cheaper than the soft cover. So I went ahead and did that. Again, it was supposed to be here yesterday, but then there was some sort of delay for some reason, and I woke up this morning to a $2.16 refund for it not being here under like the pre-order delivery guidelines. What I'm going to do is show you the book. This is what it looks like. This is the back of it. Okay. As you can see, all the pages and all their social medias and all that stuff like that. Okay. This video is just going to be an introduction to what's going on, because I'm going to do it in sections, the way that we've been doing things. First off, I'm going to read the cover piece, and I'm going to say there's already an error for where the situation stands at the time that this book is being released, because the cover says, and we have the backstory for Bryan Kohberger, brilliant grad student, loner, apparent incel, now indicted and facing trial. This is why you don't write books before there's a conclusion to a story. See, the Amazon series that apparently is based off of this book, so I'm not expecting too much to be for realio. That's digital media, just like things that I do here on this channel and that everyone else in the content creation world does on several different devices. They had that information for 2 years, held on to it, and still chose to put a lot of false information and inaccuracies, even though, again, it was digital media and it could have taken them literally a matter of minutes to go in, cut out something that was incorrect, and replace it with correct information. But whenever you do something like that in print, you can't then go in and correct it. How many thousands of these were already printed with the premise that there was still a trial? I know that it's neither here nor there, but it's still there. I'm going to take a couple of things out of the author's note, because again, it still mentions how this is supposed to be going into trial. It does state that there were 320 individual interviews, and that these are the families and the so-say friends that were also interviewed. It says the Chapin family and Hunter Johnson for sharing about Ethan, the Goncalves family for sharing about Kaylee, which is interesting because there was nothing with the Goncalveses actually speaking or saying anything when it came to the series. Ben Mogen and Kim Cheeley, aka Deedle, for sharing about Maddie, which again, we saw Maddie's mom and stepdad, but we didn't see anything about Ben and his wife, so that's different too. And the Allant family, which would be Emily, and I guess Karen and Matt would be Emily's parents, Xana's best friend, for sharing so much about Xana. Notice none of her family members, so that's interesting too. We also very much saw the same thing in the series. It goes on to talk about how the now retired, but not retired because now he works for some agency in Washington, Police Chief James Fry also gave a lot of information, but they do take note of, he did this without discussion of any of the specifics of this case and investigation per the gag order. Sure he did. But then it says the supporting details are drawn from public documents, including court records, but that's incorrect because, again, if that docuseries on Amazon is based majorly off of this book, there were a lot of things in it that have already been proven inaccurate, false, or the information was misconstrued and misinterpreted or had the wrong timing. There's already a lot of inconsistencies. But it also says, and from elsewhere. Yeah, sure. It goes on to thank Kathy Mabbitt, the coroner. We all know who that is. Retired police officers Paul Kwiatkowski and Brannon Jordan. Then from the University of Idaho, the Dean of Students, Blaine Eccles, which we saw in the series, and Kelly Quinnett and Bruce Pittman. It now is thanking the following vandals from the U of I students: Ava Wood, Josie Lauterin, Lyndon Beck, Emma Tiger, David Barriocha, Alejandro Salvador, Ben DeWitt, Claire Qualls, Lexi Pattinson, Haidia Tariq, I'm probably not pronouncing that right, and Daniel Ramirez, as well as these specific, especially names from Sigma Chi, Gus Elwell, Tim DeWolf, and Kyle Frey, F-R-E-I. It then thanks a Dr. Rand Walker, that's apparently a Moscow, Idaho resident that showed them around, I guess. Also thanking the city of Moscow mayor, also Pat Greenfield, the owner of, it's either Bucker's or Bucer's Coffee House, Christ Church pastor Doug Wilson, and his son Nate. Heather, where you at? Mark Trivelpiece, the owner of the Corner Club, and attorneys Mike Pattinson and Wendy Olson. I believe Wendy Olson is the name that we see on all of the media information when it comes to fighting the sealed documents in the gag order. Now, when it comes to Pullman, Washington, they're giving thanks to Police Chief Gary Jenkins, who we saw in the Amazon series, former Pullman Mayor Glenn Johnson, Pullman radio host Evan Ellis, and WSU alumni Ben Roberts, Cassie Hanziak, and Diola Atenuji, I'm probably not saying that at all correctly, for a stint into Kohberger's life, so on the opposite side of the camp. They're thanking Mark and Jack Bayless, Connie Saba. I believe she's the one that we talked about in this video right here. This information is the reason why I bought this book. This is whenever I told you guys, by the time that video posted, I bought it, and that's exactly what I did. Josh Ferrero, I believe we've seen that name several times. I actually know we have because I'm seeing his face, and that's the name of my favorite candy. Chad Petiprin, Brittany Slavin, Jesse Harris, that's the boxing guy, I believe, John Gress, Bob Himes, and Casey Arntz. Okay, I saw an article. I actually have the tabs saved for another video. The Idaho Statesman recently did another interview with Arntz, and I believe a relative of theirs. And there's a previous interview from right after Bryan Kohberger was arrested. The dynamic is interesting. We're going to go over that information here soon. And just like in the series, it's giving the case discussion Facebook group for the case thanks to the Christine Cameron lady and Alina Smith. Yeah, we already know all about her. Okay, that's honestly where I'm going to end this. I'm probably going to take this to my bed eventually so that I can get comfortable reading this, and then I will be back with a review on a few chapters. I'll try to do this in sections, less than 30 minutes at a time, just to see what the information is. I'm not going to nitpick on every little thing, but anything that's definitely new, something that we hadn't heard before, I want to take note of it. Oh, wow. Okay. Let me just show you this. Is it going to show it? It says Wenatchee, Washington. Okay, it is 1:13 p.m. on July the 15th. Go scroll back and see the video that I posted right before this. It's an update on Travis Decker in this exact location. Wenatchee. That's where he went missing after he killed his daughters. Okay. Weird. Again, closing this one out. Now, if you guys have already read this book, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, but don't give away any big spoilers. Don't spoil it for me. I've been really trying to not read the comments when it comes to the book because I want to see what's going on for myself. But you can give me a vague description of what you are thinking down in the comments. If you like the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please don't forget to leave a like on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already. And please don't forget to make sure that that notification bell is set to all so you don't miss any of my rants, reviews, reactions, updates, or deep dives. See y'all.